I've realised something recently that we're all trying to hack productivity, also be good at switching off from the outside world, and maybe struggling a little bit in the process. And it made me wonder, is the phone the issue or what the phone represents? Hi, I'm Melanie. I'm here in Bali for the next few months before I go on to Australia, a bit of Japan, a bit more of Asia. I haven't decided where yet. Open to recommendations before I head back to Australia and who knows where. I'm originally from the UK, by the way. So when I made the decision to come to Bali, I set an intention that I was actually going to put myself out there, connect with people, speak with people, and I'm doing okay. But one of the events that I came across was called the Offline Club. And from what I can understand, it was actually created by, I think, a couple of Europeans, and they recognised that people were struggling to switch off from the outside world, put their phones away for even an hour. And so they wanted to create something that was super intentional. And as a movement goes, it started to spread all over the world. And there might even be one in your city, so have a look into it. But I've been going to the one in Bali and it's been fantastic. It's been amazing. I love how it's set out. So you arrive and the first hour you spend in silence. So you can take your journal. There's a table of activities. You can do some colouring in, a jigsaw, read a book. I mean, the first one I went to, it was at the same time as sunset. So you could even just watch the sun go down and watch the waves come in, which of course is ideal as well. And then the second hour, you start to integrate, which I really like, because sometimes when I know this isn't a networking event, but sometimes when you go to things, you feel like you need to be switched on as soon as you arrive, whereas this just eases you in a bit. And by the time you can talk, you actually want to talk and get to know the people that you've been sat with for the last hour. And then after that, we end up staying always a bit longer, and the Jenga comes out and the board games come out, and it's so much fun. And we would like ask some questions. Why, what makes it what it is? What makes you want to come back again? How are you feeling? Because the first thing you do is you give your phone to them and they lock it up and you get a little ticket like you would like a cloakroom in a nightclub. And it really got me thinking about the phone because for me, it's not about me having not having a phone. It's the fact that no one else has one. And that's the difference. I think Bali is, for me, very surprising. I'm in Uluwatu, and every cafe, restaurant, bar you go into, people are on their laptops, people are on the phones. A lot of people are working here, like myself, but I'm working for myself, but some people aren't. So, they have to. And I commend them, for taking the leap, coming out here, setting a life up here, whilst also being able to just work online. But even going into a yoga class, they've got the most beautiful yoga shalas, and you sit on your mat and you're ready, and then you're like, you've got one eye open, and the person in the mat in front of you, a bit to the side, has got their phone facing them, recording themselves, ready to go for the class starting. And I'm in that. And one, I don't want to be in that. But for me, also when I see a phone, and I don't know about you, but I'm reminded of all the things that I probably could be doing or should be doing. And you start judging on yourself. It's like, oh, I could just send that quick message, send that email, reply to that. It sort of wakens my mind up to the world where phones exist, and it wakens me up to a world where there's stuff to do. But also being at the offline club and no one having their phone, you start to realize that everyone's really present. You feel like you can be maybe a bit more vulnerable, because have you ever opened up to a friend and then their phone beeps or rings and like, oh, sorry, I've just got to get this. And you're like, oh, I was about to expose myself then. And it maybe pulls you back a little bit. But yeah, everyone felt so present, but not in a corny way, like a real way. And it reminded me of a time when there wasn't fear of you're going to miss something, you're going to miss a call, you're going to miss something important. Because for me, I think that's maybe a little bit why I feel like I need my phone, especially being away from my family and friends. There's a bit of fear there. And I think back, because I was obviously around at a time when you could travel. When I was in my 20s, I worked on cruise ships as a dancer, and we didn't have Google, we didn't have phones to call, say I've arrived. We got off the ship. We had to go and find a phone card, phone card. You scratched it off. You found the phone box. You typed in this like 16-digit number just to call home, and you lasted like a 3-minute call, and your phone got passed around back at home, and that was it. So obviously it's different now. People can get hold of you, and there's maybe this fear where you feel like you should be able to be got hold of. I don't know. It's going to be different for everyone. By the way, if my hair just starts getting bigger and bigger, just, let's put that down to Bali humidity. Try to record this later in the day when it's not as hot. I'm not as sweaty. So for the first hour of that silence, I decided to take my journal. I'd not done much for a few days here in Bali, and I love just getting into it and being a bit, creative. But when I got it out, obviously when we were speaking afterwards, everyone was just, oh, let's see, let's have a look. And they sort of lit up when they were looking at it. And the thing is, I've been on a bit of a journey with the journaling, because I remember many years ago where journaling was, this is something you should do, it's something to help you succeed in life, have a better life. And because I was trying to do it daily, I didn't really always know what to do. I tried morning pages, I do like a gratitude list, it's a part of the miracle morning routine. And I don't know about you, but I can be dead rebellious whenever someone says a routine. Instantly I'm like, absolutely not. Not doing a routine, no. You just gotta like change the narrative of it, and then I'll be more inclined. So again, when you've been, when you've read the books, I don't know, you've done this, you've done that, you start to realize actually there's so many different tools and so many different belief systems and so many different modalities to help you get to a place where you feel relaxed or chilled or calm or present or centered or happy or joyful. And it's about finding what works for you. So when I actually got into journaling again, but in a better way, it really lit me up. And that's why I thought I'll just share it on here with you. So for those of you who aren't familiar with this sort of size, this is my inserts are basically what's called a traveler's notebook, which is a Japanese brand. However, my cover isn't, because all the covers are leather, and being a vegan, that just didn't sit right with me. So I actually got my cover from Etsy. So if you want to know the link for that, let me know and I'll add it. And then with the inserts, you can obviously, well, not obviously, but there's many different inserts, so you can choose what works for you. And again, I'll just share with you what's in mine, but the whole point is you think, okay, what do I need? What works for me? What kind of brain do I have? Like, you might have a left brain, a right brain, sometimes a bit of both. So for me, and first of all, by the way, how boring does this look? Which I love, because I used to be all about the front cover of a journal, and then the quality of the paper inside was pretty shit, and I only wanted to write on the right-hand side. Have you ever had that feeling where you only want to write on one side because it just like seeps through? So this paper is Japanese paper. It's is it Midori or MD paper? So I've got 3 inserts, and my first one is all about travels. So I actually started it last year. There's fireworks going off. I like that. Open the journal, fireworks. So I started this when I was in Sydney last year, and it's just a mixture of writing, washi tape, stickers. Also, I got some print of, so hopefully my friends don't mind being featured. Yeah, bit of like tickets that you can save, print things out. Then I went on a cruise with family and did some various other travels in Europe. This is actually one of my favourite stickers. It's not a sticker actually, it's part of a postcard. So that was from Denmark, Copenhagen, The Little Mermaid. And then here we are, Norway. If you've never been to Norway, get yourself to the Norwegian fjords, absolutely stunning. I mean, yeah, did some kayaking, canoeing. Luckily, I was partnered with an absolute expert. Here I am in Bali, baby. And I just started collecting. And funnily enough, my friend who I first came out to meet first, she's like, oh, you're going to really struggle in Bali. Like, there's no stickers anywhere. And then after showing her this, And then she started, you know, living a day before I came out. She's like, OMG, now I know about stickers. I'm starting to see them everywhere. To the point, actually, where I made a little space at the back. This is a bit from the offline club. These are like all the coffee shops that have all got stickers. So actually, and then the markets sell loads of stickers. I've got loads of stickers that I've not even put in yet. So I definitely recommend doing that. And look, I don't do this every single day. That's not the mission. There's no you shoulds, there's no you musts. It's just enjoying it. And actually sometimes I go back and colour something in or add a sticker in there, or I just doodle, you know, when I've got a cup of coffee and I get it out and I don't necessarily need to write something new. I can just doodle something from past. Then my second insert is actually, a monthly calendar. And this is the only part in here which has actually got dates and like some sort of semi-structure. And that's because I love zooming out and just seeing what's going on. And again, you know, make it fun, like add your stickers. I used to have so many like really nice stickers that I'd be so frightened to use. I'm like, oh, it's too precious to use. So I decided to get so many stickers that I would never have like that lack mentality, kind of like an abundance mindset when it came to my stickers. So yeah, that's that. And it's got a few pages in the back as well for writing things down. And then my third part is actually grid paper. And at first I was like, oh, what did I get that for? I don't think I'm actually going to use that. But actually, this has been really good for lists. Again, making little colouring in bits, putting some stickers in there. That actually I've really got into recently is sort of doing a bit of like week commence. And some days it starts on a Friday. Some days my week commence starts on a Monday, which is probably the right way. But again, it's nothing set, nothing harsh. It's just me doing me, being me. And that's what I love about these. You can basically put in your own inserts. And then at the back, I've just got some bits to keep things in. So I've also got this other one, which I think I'll share more with you on the next video because I don't want to bore you. But actually this is a bit different. This is for like different things. And yeah, I'm going to share that on the next video. So what's been great about this is that it's not about structure. It's not about being organized, although there is like an organized element to it. It's just about me doing me being me. Also, what I love about it is this size, because again, I don't know about you if you've got into journaling and you've just naturally gone to an A5 journal because that's sort of like the most common. And there's just so much white space and difficult to fill. And I don't want to only start a new journal like every 5 years with these inserts. Like, you know, they're not going to last long once you get going, but in a good way. You know, they're not expensive, but still really good quality paper. But like I say, it's not about being perfect. It's not about doing it right. It's about being creative. It's about making it a bit of a hobby. And also you start noticing things when you're out and about. You start noticing what's called ephemera, which is a new word that I came across when I got into this world, which is things like your tickets or little booklets. You start noticing stickers. You start just noticing things from all the places that you've been to, and you get to collect them and then stick them with your Pritt stick or your washi tape and just have fun with it. So I highly recommend this. It's been one of the most enjoyable things I've probably done over the last few years to accompany my life. So with all this said and done, it got me thinking that maybe the phone isn't the issue. Maybe it's sometimes what it represents. Maybe it's just about being intentional. Because when attention is the biggest commodity, your lack of awareness or discipline with your attention could be costing you majorly. And so thinking about the intention of your days, your life, what brings you joy, not what someone else tells you, not what this video has been talking about, but you, is going to be the thing that brings in those moments. And we know those little moments lead to those big moments. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you feel called to subscribe and to like this, then that would be wonderful too. And I hope to see you on the next video. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world.